Hello, everyone. I'm Sean.
This is Hoon.
And we are the Courageour Frights, back once again for another movie review.
Yes.
So this time we're doing Hokum. So this is a Irish horror film coming from Damian Mc Carthy, who previously directed Oddity and Caveats for Shudder films.
Shudder Originals. Or were they Shudder Originals?
Yeah, those ones were Shudder. I thought this one was a Shudder film. It certainly feels like a Shudder film.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It was not. This was actually Neon and just the Irish Screen Ireland or whatever, Fisaturn, and the UAE put some funding into this.
Yes.
So it's very much an indie film, similar to his Shudder output, but I'm glad he's moving away from that because I'm not sure what the future for Shudder actually is at this point.
Shudder seems to be in a bad state, I guess
they may be shuddering.
Yeah, they may be shuddering.
So we shall see what happens with that. But so this film is about an American played by Adam Scott who goes to a hotel in Ireland to bury his family's ashes because I guess they honeymooned there.
Yeah. He had one picture of them at one point in time.
One picture only. And while he's there, he discovers that this hotel is haunted by an kayak, which is Irish for the witch. And strange happenings occur. One of the staff members who is nice to him turns up dead or disappears.
Yeah. And
they have to find out what happened to her. He befriends this crazy man in the woods.
Yeah.
Who's drinking mushroom milk.
Yeah, he's drinking raw milk with mushroom powder in it, I guess.
It's Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah.
Just lives out in the woods in Ireland.
Yes.
And so he ends up getting locked in the honeymoon suite where the witch is supposed to be located. And it's very much just sort of a haunted house type film mixed with a crime drama.
Yeah.
But is more crime drama than haunted house.
Yeah, because there's like, I would say probably with all the scares, really, it had to have been only like 20 minutes. Not even that long.
If that. Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes.
I'm definitely not one of those guys that say, oh, this isn't a horror film.
Yeah.
Because horror is not just about how scary something is. It's about the themes and the feeling that it invokes, that sort of thing. It does have some scary moments.
Yeah.
There's jump scares. There is a supernatural...
There's orchestra stings.
Yeah, your favorite...
My favorite thing.
Your favorite sort of horror. And it does have all those elements, but they all seem very underplayed.
Yeah, they're not present very often.
Underutilized. So depending on your view on whether horror should be supernatural or not, or you just want to have like a dramatic story. Yeah. If we're talking about the acting and the characters and the plot, for the most part, it's quite good.
Yeah, the acting is pretty good in this.
Adam Scott's an asshole in this.
Yeah. Asshole Adam Scott.
He plays the role of the asshole American.
Very well.
Which many Irish are very familiar with. Last time I was in Ireland, I encountered it a few times.
Okay.
I was only there for a week, so it's definitely a common occurrence there. But in terms of scares, this is definitely an atmospheric film.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more atmospheric than anything. And the only spoiler I really want to put in here, because I think it needs to be said if you're going into this expecting to see that weird donkey-eared guy with the bug eyes, he's not an real strong element of the film.
Yeah.
He only shows up in one or two scenes, and he's not actually the entity in this. So if you're expecting that thing to show up as some kind of demon, it's basically a character called Jack the Jackass.
Yes.
Who apparently was a children's show in the 70s or something, which I quite doubt that. But okay. And, I mean, this is Irish, so it's going to lean into dark comedy no matter what. And that character is kind of a very Pennywise-esque entity that runs the show, and so much so we thought it might be Bill Skarsgård, but it's not. And that's basically it. He's more of a character that is Adam Scott's character's maybe personal demon. Yeah. Because it was on television when a traumatic event in his life occurred, without getting into spoilers. Yeah. And so it's kind of it lives on as an entity in his mind, basically, but it is not the driving force of the film, even though it's in all of the marketing.
Yeah, just kind of kind of misleading, I guess.
Yeah. So I would say that without going into spoilers anywhere else, don't expect much from that.
Yeah.
It does show up. It is weird and creepy, but it's more funny than it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's just kind of like a creepy guy that stands there.
Yeah, that apparently runs a children's show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but this film overall, a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree with that. It's like, it's not bad. It's just...
No.
It's definitely feels a little bit more different than I expected, I guess you can say.
Yeah, it's very much feels... It's very small in scope, which is fine. That can be good, but it doesn't feel like a step up from Oddity or Caveat. It's more very similar. It might be more similar to Caveat. I feel like Oddity was slightly better than this.
Yeah, I think Oddity was a little bit better than this one for sure.
But if you enjoyed the other two, you would probably still like this. Mm-hmm. And as somebody who has a strong Irish background, Gaelic background, it's good to see, for me, a lot of Irish filmmakers, especially Irish in the horror space, because that's my favorite genre, go-to genre, and I'd like to see more of that. We actually have gotten Irish language horror films in the recent years as well, at least one. And I'd like to see a lot more of that, but a lot of them are these smaller scope folk horror films, which is fine. And they all seem to be somebody's personal take on it, which in a way, I would prefer to see more traditional takes on some of these concepts, especially like the fairies and all that sort of thing. This one doesn't really get into that. Maybe it does a little, I don't know. There's an underworld element. It doesn't really explain.
It depends. What we don't really see it very much. So.
Right. But everybody seems to take their own spin on it, but there is an element of that in Irish tradition, because Irish folklore, mythology was all written down, but the folklore was more oral traditions. And each time it's passed on, somebody else put their own flavor to it. So in that sense, it's very accurate to the traditions, because everybody's adding their own spin on these traditional stories. But I would like to see some more traditional stuff at one point, because I don't feel like we've ever gotten that.
Yeah.
And Irish folk traditions are very underrepresented in film and television and whatnot, especially in the U.S. And despite our claim to have a high Irish diaspora, a lot of us over here don't really know much about the language, the culture, traditions. It's all lost completely.
All they think about is green
beers,
green rivers, and green beer. I guess that's about it.
Newsflash: that's not really part of Irish tradition.
And shamrocks, I guess.
Yeah, which they think is a 4-leaf clover over here. So that's not even right. So anyway, I would love to see more of that.
Which I think isn't there one director wanting to make like an anthology movie? Which
Lee Coonan,
the
guy that did The Mummy. I think one of his next projects is he's producing kind of an anthology of Irish folk horror films.
Which I wonder how traditional he's actually going to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it'd be nice. Like, I like the idea that everybody's putting their own spin on it, but at the same time, like I said, we've never gotten the traditional stuff, really.
Sometimes it's good to do a traditional thing because you can actually see where that's coming from.
Right.
Instead of doing like, you can make your own spins, which that's all right, but you want to at least see where the source material is.
Right. And I would really it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I would really like to see like an Irish epic or something. I mean, who knows?
Was that Cthulhu or
Coonan
or whatever?
Yeah, Cthulhu would be a big one. Finn McCool would be another one that would be really good. Any of that stuff, I think, would be really cool.
That probably could work because you get if depends on the Odyssey does or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That. Like you could, if the Odyssey does well, we could see more because it's in that vein.
Yeah,
very much in that.
This would be like almost like 2000s, 2010s when they had like Beowulf or whatever. Yeah, when they did that.
Right. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of other culture stuff, but you never gotten Irish stuff, which is just as wild or even more wild than the Greek and Norse stuff. So, I would love to see that. So, as a fan of that, I say at least check this out at some point if you're into Irish horror or want to see more of that. But just a general fan of horror, this probably isn't going to do much for you.
Yeah, I would say it's more horror adjacent at points. But I mean, there's a horror in it.
It's definitely horror, but
maybe just not my type of. It's not super duper scary to me, but it doesn't have to be scary to me to be considered horror. But
right, like I'm somebody that really doesn't like that label.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But in this case, I could see people being very disappointed with this film. If you're going into it thinking that it's going to be some terrifying movie,
sort of.
It has scary parts for sure, but it's not the main focus. Orchestra stinks.
It's a scary
Things
part of it.
Jump out behind you.
Yeah, it's like standing right next to you type of thing.
That sort of thing, yeah. Which is almost like J-horror.
Yeah, it's like, where they're like staring behind you, like looking at the camera.
Which would make sense because Irish traditions are weirdly quite similar to some of the Japanese stuff. So, like, that kind of what works in J-horror should work in... I horror? What are we calling Irish horror?
I horror,
I horror.
I guess it would
E horror.
Yeah, there you go.
Doing Aaron.
Yeah, it could be E horror because this is what is the company that did it's now called.
Aaron.
What is it called now? It's called.
It's Fis Aaron now, which is the Screen Ireland. It used to be bordered Scan in the Heron or something like that. And that used to be what it was like the Irish Film Board.
Yeah,
and now it's Screen Ireland.
Screen Ireland. Okay.
I guess they decided to go with a shorter name. Or they merged or something, because I think Fis Aaron's been around for a while.
Maybe they merged.
They could have.
Because they probably since they're getting more Irish horror films,
they're expanding out.
Maybe make it a little bit easier for people to remember. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I would be interested in finding out what that was. Yeah. The driving force in changing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of a mixed bag for us here. I mean, I feel like if you like British or Irish crime dramas, that sort of thing, which those are quite common, if you're into that, you might like this, because that's a big chunk of what this is. And mysteries. Like, it's much more that than it is a straight traditional horror film in the sense that most people would think of.
It's definitely a slow burn, that's for sure.
Well,
It's definitely a slower movie, so...
Yeah,
I don't even know what the actual runtime for this is, but...
It's probably not long.
Yeah, because it didn't... I mean, it felt a little bit longer, but...
Yeah.
Just because it's like... They're setting up... There's a lot of setup. But this is the... Wikipedia apparently doesn't have the actual...
It looks like 107 minutes.
107 minutes?
Scrolled through it. So, yeah, that's about an average length film.
Yeah. It definitely feels a little bit long just because...
Not a lot's happening.
Yeah, because it is a lot of setup, let's just say that.
Right.
Like I said, with atmospheric horror, it's definitely a lot more atmosphere than anything else.
Right, and that's kind of Damian McCarthy's thing. So I would say this is a mild recommendation from me.
Yeah, I mean...
This doesn't mean I'm not interested in seeing what he does next. I still am, for sure.
Like, I'm debating, should you watch this in theaters or watch it on streaming?
Yeah,
and or watch it on Blu-ray or whatever.
Right.
But I would say maybe watch it. Wait streaming, because this is an independent film. This was done in like South by Southwest.
It was hitting a film festival.
Yeah, so it's definitely critics really love this film.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those critic.
So that might be if you like the critic type of film or like that type of movie,
right?
you probably want to watch it now.
There's nothing in this that screams I must see this in the theater.
Yeah, that's
like
the
it's
thing.
not. It's no different than any of his Shudder output.
Yeah,
it very much feels like a Shudder original.
Yeah,
even though it's not.
I guess it depends. If you're a big movie critic type of person, like those type of movies that are like critic type movies, like I guess independent film.
If you really like Caveat and Oddity and those sort of films, then maybe you want to see this in the theater.
Yeah, but everything else, I would say probably watch it on
But if you're one of the people that say Shudder movies are terrible, then I would definitely not say go check this in theaters.
Yeah, I probably want to watch it on streaming or wait for stream, which I don't know, since Shudder is not... I'm assuming Shudder's not going to be around for very much longer. I wonder what this guy.
It might still be around. Who knows?
Yeah.
But not a huge. It's not tearing up the world of horror cinema, in my opinion. But if that's your thing, check it out. So I think that's going to be our lukewarm review of Hokum. So if you like the video, Check out our other videos. Give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more like this in the future. And you too could feel the strength welling within. See ya.